Essences.
Yep, and that's the name of the company, right? Enchanted Essences. She does a lot of work with aromatherapy, and that's what I've brought her in today to talk about. That's some amazing things that she's put together, and a lot of knowledge from all the time that she's studied all the different oils and scents and the different things that they're good for. And you've been doing it for quite a while, right?
I have. Yeah, I think I first got into it in 1998. I think was the very first aromatherapy class I took.
Yeah, and that started the whole ball rolling, huh? The reason I brought Lisa in here, couple things. First of all, I have a lot of her products at the center, the Enlightened Path Holistic Center, and that's where I've met her, is through a lot of the scents that she's brought in that I've fallen in love with myself. And we kind of got to talking, and to me, doing the holistic healing, aromatherapy is a big part of that, and I wanted her to bring some of her knowledge in to share with you guys. So first, a little bit about the center. If you haven't been up to the center yet, we're located on North Charlotte Street. It's 1494 North Charlotte, and it's up by the Sunflower Cafe. If anybody's familiar with that, we're in that little shopping center, and we have a variety of things going on in there. We've got different healing sessions. We've got Reiki, massage, pranic healing, reflexology. We also have different types of readings. We've got tarot readings, palm readings, psychic medium readings. In fact, this Friday we've got a special reading going on. We've got I Ching readings. That's the first time I've had that there, so that's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to that. And there's also a lot of gifts and supplies. Like you say, we have a lot of these oils and blends of sprays, different things for a variety of different things you can use them for, and we're going to go over that. We also have candles, incense, a lot of local made jewelry, and there's always classes and workshops going on too. So check out the website. That's enlightenedpath-hc.com, or you can go on the Facebook page, which is Enlightened Path Holistic Center, and on there there's an events page that's got everything going on. We do have some regular events that are going on, things that are like every Tuesday, every Wednesday, and then we've got a lot of special events too. Tonight we have our Twin Heart meditation. That's something that we have every Tuesday night, and that's a meditation for healing, sending peace and love and healing out to the world. It's a great meditation. It's a good group, and we have a good time with it. Always feel great and relaxed afterwards. Wednesday evenings we have belly dancing. It's a goddess dance is what we call it. It's a little more relaxed, a little easier than some of the traditional belly dancing that you see. We have a lot of fun. It's a great workout, but we have a lot of fun, so you don't even realize you're working out, and you're letting your inner goddess out. So we have a good time, and we do provide the jangles, so if you want to stop out for that, that's at 7 o'clock every Wednesday night. Thursday evenings vary. We have drum circle once a month. We have different classes going on. This Thursday we have a card reading class. So I know a lot of you have had readings done for you with either the tarot cards or the oracle cards, but this class is going to teach you the basics of how to do it yourself. It's a 4-part class, and this is part 1. And then there's going to be another level after that, so it's just going to keep advancing because there's a lot of information involved in learning about the cards. So this Thursday is going to be the first class. Friday evening we have harmonic visualization. It's a meditation done with a variety of different instruments. We have a gentleman come in, Dave Antonio, and he brings in all kinds of neat stuff, didgeridoos, drums, flutes, singing bowls, chimes, a lot of different instruments. And he goes over everybody while you're in a meditative state with each instrument, so you take in the vibration of each instrument, which has a healing property all in itself. And at the same time I'll be doing Reiki on everybody, so you're getting Reiki and sound vibration healing, so that's awesome. Saturday we have the Wish game, and if anybody is familiar with that, if you've played it, you know how awesome it is. If you're not familiar with it, it's something to check out. It's about manifesting. It's about learning what's blocking you from what you're trying to manifest. We always have a really good time. It's a board game, but it's designed a little bit different than your traditional board game that you would play at home. This is a little more spiritual. It's a really cool game. So check out those events on Facebook, and that'll give you an idea of some of the things that we're doing. And the regular things too. And if anybody has any questions on anything, you can give me a call at the center. That's 484-624-8095. Or you can leave a message on Facebook too, or stop in and check out what we've got. Or if you have any questions, again, I'd be happy to sit down and talk to you or answer them over the phone. If you have any questions for us today, the call-in number for the show while we're live is 484-945-2605. And if you've got questions or comments about any of the aromatherapy stuff that we're going to be talking about, we'd be happy to answer. Well, actually, Lisa will be happy to answer those questions for you. I've got a lot of questions, but she's the one that has the answers. So please give us a call, and we'd be happy to go over that. So I want to get into some of the things with the aromatherapy, and we have a lot of things to share with you, so I'm hoping that we don't run out of time before we run out of what we want to go over. So I know I had asked you about how long you'd been in it, and you said it was, what, 1998 you had your first class, and that got you started?
Yes, I just fell in love with the oils. I just was hooked from the very first class I took. That was with Jeannie Rose, who's actually have her book here.
Okay.
Jeannie Rose. She's written many aromatherapy books. I refer to this book a lot.
So if anybody's looking for some information on it, you can always look that book up.
Yes, she's been teaching. This is her picture here.
So you actually, it was her that taught you your...
Yes, I took the initial class with her, and then I wanted to learn more about aromatherapy, so I signed up for Jeannie's correspondence course. It was a home study course through the mail. It actually took me 2 years to complete the whole course.
Wow.
So it's pretty intensive. She goes through different things, all the medicinal, the therapeutic properties of a lot of different oils, and then how to blend them together. We had to do case studies where we would get to experiment on our friends and family and
that was
document.
Probably a lot of fun.
Yeah. You know.
Here, smell this.
Yeah. It's like,
oh.
But you have to sign this release form, in case anything happens now. But there's always, positive results, using the oils, because they're so beneficial. There's so many, it's like a lot to, each oil has its therapeutic benefit.
And then blending it together has completely changes.
Mm-hmm.
So what about that first class? What drew you to it so much? Why were you so taken by the oils? What impressed you?
Well, just the power of plants in itself, and how kind of we've gotten away from, in this time we live in, we kind of got away from the natural healing from, the earth, plants.
Things that were given to us way back when that
Right.
they used way before all these medications and...
That's what they used for their medicine and healing, and that they would use the whole plant. Now, aromatherapy kind of came later than using the whole plant itself was, way back before actually the distillation process was developed. To get the essential oils, people would use the whole plant medicinally.
They didn't waste anything.
Right. So, they would use them topically and internally, like teas, and through inhalation.
So then they started what you said was distiller?
Yeah.
Distiller?
Distill, like how they distill whiskey, alcohol.
And they do the same thing with...
With the oils, they take the plant material, put it in a still, a big still, And the steam, most of them are steam distilled, so the steam goes through the plant material, and the oil and the water is separated. And they actually have to skim off the oil off the top of the water when it comes out the receiver end.
So it must take a lot of plants to make just a little bit of oil.
Takes a lot. Well, with rose oil, it takes...
I heard that one was like the highest.
Yeah, it's actually the lowest yielding oil.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It's like the most plant to get the least amount of oil would be rose. So when you're looking at anything that has rose oil in it and you're wondering why it's so expensive, it takes
a ton of petals to make just a small quantity of rose oil.
a ton of petals.
A ton, that's a lot.
Oh my goodness.
Of petals.
Remember that next time you're looking at a rose and you're smelling the rose, think about how much it took. Like if you were to take that, how much oil you would get out of one plant. It's probably not going to be very much.
Yeah.
I notice you have rose oil there.
Yes. Now there's probably only like 2 drops of rose in here, and the rest is a carrier oil, which is called jojoba oil. And the reason I use jojoba oil, it's this yellow color. You can't tell in the pink bottle, but jojoba is a yellow color. And this oil is different than like olive oil or nut oils.
But you can use different oils for a carrier,
You
or it's
can.
just a preference, or
Right. You can use olive oil. It might have a scent.
I was going to say it probably has a bit of a smell that affects the smell of the oil.
Mm-hmm. That's why jojoba oil is the
So that
best
doesn't.
to use. It does. It takes on the scent. It's a very mild scent in itself, and then it takes on the scent of whatever oils you put in it. And it's really good for your skin. It matches the chemical components of your skin better than any other oil.
So there's probably less reaction.
Right. Not going to be real sensitive.
Mind if I smell the rose?
Sure.
I wish we had scent-o-vision or whatever you call that, so every time we
Yeah.
would open something, you guys could smell it too. So you're just going to have to take my word for it.
It smells so good.
Well, you're smelling the. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but this is what did you call that?
This is a nebulizer.
Nebulizer.
Spearmint and orange in here.
That's what you're smelling. Awesome. Yeah, that smells like a rose.
Now, there's a difference between this pure rose, pure plant essential oil rose, and say another aromatherapy product that might say it's rose scent. A lot of those are chemicals because rose is so expensive to use and
So it's artificially added.
They create the chemical, the scent of rose is artificial, and it's also harmful when they're using these chemicals that are not natural, and you're inhaling it. It
Makes you wonder what you're really breathing in. So think about that. If you're buying, the after bath sprays or any of the bath shops, or that you would.
Bath and Body Works.
Any one of those ones that you're going to get something that has a scent. It may not be the natural scent, so you're breathing in the different chemicals. So if you're looking more to getting away from chemicals, look into the actual oils themselves, the natural stuff. So when you're saying about breathing them in, is there different ways to use the oils? I mean,
Right. Yes, that's kind of where the art form comes in too, with aromatherapy, to get creative. There's different diffusers you can use to get the smell into the air.
So those you would be breathing in.
Right. Like this is a plug-in diffuser. It comes with little felt pads, and you put the oil on the felt pad and slide it in here and plug it in, like in an outlet, like a bathroom is a good place for it.
And then is it the warmth that
Yes.
generates the smell?
Yep, the heat from the outlet puts the scent out that way into the air.
And that lasts, what, a few days? Or
Yeah, that can, the pad itself, this can this will last for maybe a week or two.
This probably depends on how much oil you put on it.
Yeah, you can reuse it.
And then the that one there is one that you would plug in and just leave it run. We have, what'd you say, orange and spearmint in there now?
Spearmint's in here now.
Now, is that good for the breathing issues, or?
This nebulizer is a good thing to use for someone that does have breathing issues like asthma or sinus congestion, especially if you're running it like overnight by your bedside. If you're putting like eucalyptus would be a good oil put in here, and even the combination of eucalyptus and peppermint.
So you're using straight oil in that one, right?
Right. This you don't put water or any carrier oil or any. You just use your straight.
And then it lasts quite a while.
Yes, this will last. It's running now.
Yeah, we can smell it. I wish you could smell it. It smells so good. Now, I have a diffuser at the center that's a little bit different. Mine's, it's also a plug-in, but you put water in it, and then you put just a couple drops of whatever oil you want to put into the air, and then when you turn it on, it throws a mist into the air, and then the oil is in the mist. So it's more of a moist, well, I thought it was kind of moist, but when you put your hand over it, it almost feels like it's a dry mist.
Oh, yeah?
But it does have moisture. It doesn't get warm. It's a cool mist.
It's a cool mist.
But it also lights up, so it's pretty. I like the fact that it has an automatic shut-off. Like as soon as the water goes down, it shuts itself off, so you don't have to worry about forgetting it or it burning out. But when I put that on, and I've got the different aromas, because different oils have different effects just on the mindset. You know, there are some that are refreshing, some that wake you up, some that calm you down, and we'll talk about those too. But I notice how the smell just wafts through the whole center, and it just smells amazing. And some of my favorites were the orange and I think spearmint. I think it was the orange and spearmint that I put in there as a combo, and it was awesome.
Very uplifting.
Yeah.
That's what I put a lot of times I use this spearmint when I'm making a blend in a spray or in a roll-on. I call it uplifting because that's what it does.
But then I also used the combo that I had mixed together was lavender and peppermint. And I know that's supposed to be good for headaches, but this was more for the aroma, you know, the smell. It just smelled so good together.
So you get some
calming and yet invigorating at the same time.
And the peppermint, yeah.
Now, some of these oils, they're not something that you would use with like any kind of vapor or heat. You know, they're not something that you're going to put into the air. They're more something that you're going to wear and actually smell topically. And then some are like a mist that you would spray on yourself or spray around the air. And then other ones are ones that you would use more for like a massage, to actually rub the oils
into your muscles and joints. Yes. The anti-inflammatory oils like lavender, eucalyptus, rosemary. I actually have a blend here. It's pain relief oil, and the combination of these oils help the inflammation and pain in the muscles and in the joints. It's a natural way to relieve
instead of those real stinky,
pains.
icy hot things that just like burn your skin and burn your nose and your eyes. Bengay.
Yeah, oh my God.
Did you ever get Bengay on your hands and then you get them close to your face? Oh, that's horrible. When your eyes start to water and you're like, ugh. And so something like this is not only going to work, but it's going to smell good.
Yeah. It's
oh yeah, to have something like this instead of, you want to smell, Lisa?
Now I do have birch oil in there that kind of smells like root beer.
Now wouldn't that be
that's nice.
a lot nicer than putting like the Bengay or Icy Hot or something on?
Bengay.
A nice big roll-on.
Yeah, that's nice.
Easy to apply. So that's the therapeutic way to use oils topically, like in a blend like that.
Now I know some of the other roll-ons are more for emotional stuff. Like, I know you were a little nervous about being on this show today, and you probably had a couple oils that you were using to calm you down. So
Yes.
what would you use for something like that? Like, what were you grabbing a hold of?
I was using my Courage oil all day.
Okay.
Courage has clove.
I love the smell of clove.
Well, warriors used to use clove for
Warriors.
Warriors, would go to war, and in battle, before battle, they would inhale clove. I don't know exactly how they put it on themselves, or somehow the smell of it gave them courage and strength. And so in history, they would use things for religious practices, use different plants for that.
Yeah.
And, preparing for battle,
I know with, I prefer like the spicy, earthy smells rather than like the flowery or fruity smells. And maybe it's because deep down I'm looking for a little more courage yet. Now, do you have like a favorite, or is there like a multitude of favorites that you?
Yeah, definitely. I like a lot of different ones. Probably the one, if I had to pick one, probably would be rose oil. That just, to me, it has the vibration of rose, to me, feels it's supposed to be the highest vibration of all the essential oils.
So what would you use it for? Like if you were having an issue emotionally, physically?
Yeah, I think rose, well, both actually, but emotionally it helps kind of bring self-love. It helps kind of raise your vibration so you're not in the lower negative thinking, feelings. It just brings you up emotionally.
So physically, does it have benefits as well?
Physically, it's excellent for skin. It has cell regenerative properties.
So like if you had a scar, you would...
Scars. You see rose oil in a lot of natural facial products.
But you want to make sure that it's the natural rose oil and not the manufactured stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's very good for your skin, very healing, regenerating.
Oh, you know what else that would probably be good for? Like stretch marks and stuff like that?
Stretch marks would be good for.
So anything with that?
Yep.
Now I noticed you have the pain away, but you also have a headache ease.
Yes.
So what's the difference between the headache ease and the pain relief?
Pain relief. Well, this contains peppermint, lavender, and helichrysum, and I made this.
What was that last one?
Helichrysum.
Helichrysum?
I've
never heard of that.
It's an expensive oil, kind of like rose oil is expensive, but it's really beneficial for getting deep into tissues and joints of your body. This is in a roll-on, so it's easy to apply to the back of your neck and temples to help relieve headaches.
What were the first two that were in there?
Peppermint and lavender.
Okay. Actually, gave that advice to somebody earlier today. They said they had a really bad headache, and I said peppermint and lavender either on the temple or the back of the neck.
You're right on.
Awesome. Yeah. And the one on the other side of that, is that prosperity?
Prosperity.
And what's in that one? It's all the different blends they're just so cool that they're so different. One's for pain and one's for love, and now we've got prosperity, which is bring me the money.
Exactly. This cinnamon is goes in back in history known for bringing prosperity, bringing abundance.
So I need a trail of cinnamon in front of the shop, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That would work.
Can I smell that one?
Uh-huh.
Take a bath in it? Ooh, that smells
Well,
good.
cinnamon's one I wouldn't.
Yeah,
put
I was
directly
going to say
on
there's
your
some
skin.
some oils you probably don't want right. Yeah, certain areas would be delicate to
Yes.
certain oils.
You do have to be careful where you're applying the oils on your skin. You usually always want to dilute them before you put them on your skin.
That was another question I had, is can you use these directly?
Some of them are better to use directly. Like, for example, tea tree oil. If you have a little cut and you put tea tree on right away, it disinfects it, cleans it, it's antibacterial. It'll start the healing process right away. Like, it speeds up.
Yeah, I've used tea tree oil on a couple things, like you said, scrapes, cold sores.
Yeah.
I've seen it used for a lot too. Somebody told me they put it on their gums. Is that
Yeah,
something safe to do? I haven't done that, but somebody told me that they did. But I wasn't real familiar with like internal, because a lot of this stuff you don't want to do internally, right?
Right, especially if you're not sure what.
Do your homework.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't just go grabbing any of these and chugging them. You definitely want to do your homework on any oils that you decide, you want to try out for whatever reason.
But for the gums, I've seen it in a natural toothpaste.
So
it'll
then
have tea tree.
probably good for that then.
Peppermint is in toothpaste and mouthwashes. So.
Now, I was laughing at this one when we were getting started. I grabbed it and picked it up. I had to look and see what it was. The color caught my eye. It's called Tame the Wild Child. My first thought was, for adult use, but you actually mentioned afterwards that like children that are
hyperactive,
and you would maybe give them a spray and it would calm them down. So that kind of made sense.
Yeah, it's good that you could use on their pillow and the linens before they go to bed. It helps calm them down. Spray it in their room, on their linens.
And this one has orange, chamomile, and lavender in it. I know lavender's really calming, and orange just plain smells good. And chamomile's kind of that's a calming, isn't it? Chamomile.
That's very sedative, calming, relaxing. You can drink the tea. Chamomile tea helps relax.
And this one, when I saw this one, I said, this one's going to be mine. This is Aphrodite, and it smells so good. And I will be adding this one to my collection. And this has, is that Lang? Is that how you pronounce that? Yang Yang?
I believe the way the French say it is ylang ylang.
Oh, well, and I've been pronouncing it wrong all these years.
Yeah.
And then jasmine, rose, and sandalwood. I love sandalwood. And so, but this also has a little bit of rose in it too.
It
so
does.
you've got the love and
the love and the aphrodisiac oils.
So I really like the way that one smells. This one is a cool-off spray, which my first thought would be during the summer that you would use it when you're really hot. But there's other uses for this too, right?
Yes, there's peppermint and geranium in there. The geranium oil helps balance hormones, so that would be useful in hot flashes. Spray. You can spray it right on your face. Just close your eyes. You can spray it on your neck, just around your head area. It helps.
Just kind of mist it and walk through it.
Yeah. It brings down your body temperature, cools you off. The peppermint.
But then it works internally on the hormones and stuff as well. So that's got a physical and a emotional thing. This one is one of my favorites. I use this a lot. This is Reiki spray. You don't have to be a Reiki practitioner to use it, but I like to use it. I spray it around the center. I spray it around my table when I'm doing a Reiki session. I mist it really lightly on the person that's receiving it, and I'll occasionally spritz myself with it too. It smells really good, but the vibration of it really seems to, it's very healing and very cleansing. Like the energy it just gets rid of negativity.
Right. That was the purpose in me creating that. It was kind of intuitively, and kind of where the art form comes in with blending. I chose white sage oil as the
I
main.
see that there's sage. Yeah.
And that's known that Native Americans use the plant to burn. They burn the white sage, and it clears negative energy.
Is there something in there?
Citrine crystal.
I know, I'm just...
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of these oils do have or these sprays and stuff do have a little crystal in them that kind of resonates with the oil as well. So that's kind of neat that they all have a little crystal in them. So you've got the energy from the crystals as well. Abundance. We all need a little abundance, right?
Absolutely.
This is another one I like to spray around the shop. I mean, it's not even just the fact of trying to bring the abundance in, it's just the smell is so good. This one even has patchouli in it, which is one of my favorite oils. So
that's when you either love it or hate it. I mean, there's
Yeah.
people that can't stand patchouli.
But with the blend in this one, I think even if you don't like patchouli, it's not
not
just
real
that.
strong, yeah.
Because you've also got the cinnamon, orange, clove, frankincense, myrrh. There's a lot in here.
Frankincense and myrrh brings abundance. And those are some ancient oils. Go way back in time.
And not that it's that much of an issue now. These are really great during the summer. The bug away. I went through quite a few of these at the shop. People use this and love it and come back for more. This keeps a lot of different bugs away, not just mosquitoes. What all was that good for? I forget.
That's good for most flying, biting insects.
So fleas, ticks,
Yeah, ticks
flies,
also. Flies,
mosquitoes, gnats.
Gnats.
Yeah, so it's an all-over great spray to have around during the
And
summer.
it smells good.
It does. It's not like that off spray where you got that smell
Yeah.
to it. That stuff really smells good. So I think that's another reason why people like to use that. They don't mind spraying it on them and smelling like that all day. So those are a lot of the different blends, but then you also have some of the basic ones that most people would know about, and they all have their specific purposes too.
These are bottled. They're concentrated oils. They're not blended. This is an orange oil here. Orange is good for, it's uplifting to inhaling it.
So you would use that in like a diffuser or the nebulizer there, or even that room one there?
Yes, and any diffuser you can use orange oil, and it's one that's not real expensive, so you can use it that way, use it often, and you can use it in cleaning products too, or in a spray bottle.
I've seen a lot of the cleaning stuff has the orange in it, even like dish soaps and stuff, but they
Yeah.
probably don't have the natural
They might
orange.
not.
It might be the... How do you know if you've got a good oil? How do you know if it's... I mean, there's different grades, right?
Yes. Well, I know where I get my oils from, the source. I know the distillers, and you have to either know where they come from. You call the company, the number on the bottle, find out where the plant's grown, if they're use pesticides or not. I put the information on the bottle, on the label, of where the oil comes from, how it's distilled.
Oh, so that's like here you have SDR. That means...
SD stands for steam distilled.
Okay.
That's how it's extracted. So it's a real essential oil. It's steam distilled. R or O stands for organic.
Okay.
R would be regular, but that doesn't mean there's pesticides on that particular one. Because some of the distillers, the farmers, won't spray their oils with anything, but don't call them organic either.
Okay. And then I see some say leaf and some say flower, so that's... Oh, and that one says
Yeah.
peel, and that one says peel, so they actually extract the oil from the peel of the orange or the lemon, and this one, which is eucalyptus, that comes from a leaf.
Right, that's the part of the plant that this particular oil comes from.
And then China is where
That
that
one.
leaf came from, Albania. Wow, they come from all over, don't they? Australia, Indonesia, USA.
There's distillers
So it comes
all around the
over.
world.
Well, that's neat though that that's on there. So a lot of places like, I mean, I've gone to some of the dollar type stores and they've got the little things of oil, but
You
they're-
can, yeah,
yeah.
you just know really. Like I can just tell, just smelling them.
but you don't see all that information on there, you know, as far as like where they came from and stuff. So out of these basic ones, the orange was like for the uplifting. What would you use the lemon for?
Lemon is good for cleaning, on all levels, cleaning a surface,
Like countertops and stuff like that.
or cleaning your energy, like in a spray. It's cleansing. You can spray it into the air. It's disinfecting. It's also uplifting, like lemons are yellow and
Sunshiny.
sunshine.
Yeah.
So lemon's uplifting.
And citronella, that's used a lot in bug sprays, right? To keep the bugs away. Is there something else that you would use citronella for besides keeping the bugs away?
That's the main thing that I use it for, is repelling mosquitoes.
And tea tree we talked about. Lavender. Love lavender. That's calming, right? And also good for headaches and...
Headaches, calming. It's good for your skin also.
Oh, it is?
It's soothing on your skin. It helps heal.
Would you use lavender oil straight then on your skin, or
Most
Or
people
break it down?
can use it directly on your skin, just a small amount. A little goes a long ways. You don't want to overdo. But you can also just put a little carrier oil or a
like the jojoba oil?
a lotion, natural lotion. You can add oils to a body lotion or hand lotion.
Like an unscented one, and add your own scents to it. It's a good idea. You can buy a cheaper unscented oil and put your own oils together. Eucalyptus, what would you use eucalyptus for? You see that a lot.
Yeah, that's really good for breathing issues, sinus, lungs. It helps clear congestion. It's also a bug repellent. It does have a lot of uses.
Would you suggest to people with any of these oils that if they're going to use it like on their skin or anything, that they do like a test area to make sure that they're not, or is it unlikely to have a reaction to, or would you say everybody's different, so?
Yeah, they do, you do recommend testing first, although since these are natural, they're not chemicals. Most people, when they put something on their skin, have a reaction
more
to it. Yeah,
it's more the
read
chemicals.
read the ingredients on it and see, if there's big long words, chemicals, that's probably what they're sensitive to.
And not the actual nature type stuff. Now you put, with these natural, or the basic ones, you put a little pack together that's a good starter kit for people.
Yes.
Now what does that one have in it?
This has 6 different little bottles of oils: lavender, tea tree, rosemary, orange, eucalyptus, and peppermint.
And it also comes with a little card that tells you what to use each one of the oils for. So that's handy if you're just starting out and you're not sure which oils are for what. So that's a good way to get started.
You can use 6 different ones versus just
and combine them too. You can have a lot of fun combining them and mixing them. I've done that, and it seems like they all have a way of mixing well together, and
most of them do mix well together. And there's some, like lavender mixes pretty much with anything, but there's some I've put some together that didn't smell that good.
Well, I've smelled some, not these, but some of the straight oils that I had you looking at a couple at the shop for me today, and some of them had wonderful benefits to them. but they really didn't smell that good.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if I'd want that. Yeah, but
So it's one you wouldn't like wear as a perfume.
yeah,
type
so
of
I mean,
thing.
could you mix something with it to make it smell a little better so you could get the benefits of it?
You can do that, or just you don't have to actually wear. It depends what the oil is.
Just to
inhaling
smell
it.
it. So just inhaling it and just like picking one of these up and
Mm-hmm.
would be good enough without like hoping to get it on your
Yeah.
fingers, because my hands actually was still smelling from one of the oils that I really didn't like the smell of, but it washes off, right? Jewelry.
Oh, jewelry, yes.
We didn't talk about the jewelry. This is a way that I never really thought about for aromatherapy.
Yeah, this is a good way to have the benefit around. The idea is to have
To be
it smell
smelling it, yeah.
So wearing this around your neck, it not only looks pretty, but you're getting the therapeutic benefits of the
I'm wondering if
essential
she'll miss that when she packs her stuff up, because I've been eyeballing that, and think she'll miss it.
oil. Oh, now I'll be looking for it. So this particular one, it's sterling silver, and there's a pocket in the back. You can put the felt pad, a little piece of felt, with a drop of oil on it. Stick it. This little pocket holds the felt.
And then it's like right here, so you're just smelling it all day, like you've got one there.
I have one on now, but it doesn't use felt. It uses terracotta. There's a little terracotta piece in there.
So that thing just flips up, and you would put your oil on there. And then does it have like holes that it
Yep,
comes
there's
out of?
holes.
That's so cool.
This is terracotta. It's a simple.
Looks like a rune.
It's a rune. Goes like
So
that.
you would put the oil directly on the terracotta, and then it would absorb it,
Yeah,
and it wouldn't stay wet,
right.
but it'll.
This actually, you can smell this. It holds the scent for days. Just a couple drops of oils on it, and then after the smell dissipates, you can put the same oil on it, or choose a different oil.
Do you have to clear it, like clean it or anything before changing the oils?
No,
or
just make sure the scent is completely gone.
that it's kind of wafted away.
Yeah.
But what a great idea! So you can, carry it with you without wearing it, and have it
Yeah.
right there to smell it all the
Like
time.
if you didn't want to pull out your roll-on bottle and wear it,
Just
that
roll it
way.
on the felt pad and still
Just
carry it
have
around
all day long.
That's awesome. So, do you have people that come to you with specific issues, and they ask you, what can I use for this issue? What can I use for that issue?
Sometimes the main things I've been asked about is skin issues like psoriasis and eczema. I put a couple blends together that were successful in treating those conditions. But when you have a chronic condition, there's other things you need to consider also in your life. And when it comes to healing is body, mind, spirit, holistic.
It is, yeah, it's everything.
So aromatherapy is part of it. It can definitely help to heal on all levels. It's not like a one magic cure-all.
It's an additional tool. So if somebody comes to you and, I deal with, and we won't get into like all the other types of healings, but just different aromas that you would recommend for different people. Somebody comes to you and they're getting headaches all the time. You would recommend?
I would probably ask some questions also, like why, different questions about what type of headache.
Yeah, well, you've got sinus headaches, you've got stress headaches, tension headaches.
It could be something they're allergic to eating, or it could be stress, or it could be a medication they're taking. There's all kinds of reasons for a headache, but an oil will help to relieve the symptoms, the pain, like peppermint and lavender.
But then you have to get to the root of, so
Yeah,
that they don't keep coming back. And what about somebody who's having like emotional issues. I'm going through, I just broke up with, my boyfriend or my husband, and so I'm going through a bit of depression from the breakup. What kind of oil would you recommend for somebody like that?
Yeah, again, I would talk to the person, try to see what what kind of smells make them feel good, for one thing. Like say rose oil might be a very good oil to use in grief or depression, but if somebody really can't stand the smell of rose, or it reminds them of their grandmother they didn't like,
Then that's
or
not going to
whatever.
work for them.
Yeah, so
Then maybe something more uplifting like a lemon or an orange.
yeah, the citrus oils are very uplifting in general.
And then what about somebody who's really tense, or not even tense, but they're like agitated all the time, and they're real active, and they're trying to bring themselves down a peg or two, and
yeah, usually lavender's effective for that type of calming. I would also recommend things like massage, even if it's self-massage, rubbing the oils into the feet, rubbing lavender into your feet.
I've heard that the feet really absorb it through like the whole
bloodstream.
body, so.
And plus you're getting the effects of the massaging your feet. You're relaxing your body.
And it always feels better if you can get somebody else to do it, but I'm sure it still works if you're doing it for yourself. It just feels better when someone else does it. It feels like you're getting pampered and you're getting spoiled. So if you have somebody else, whether trade with a friend. Hey, you rub this oil on my feet and I'll rub it on your feet, and we'll make each other feel good. Spoil each other.
That works.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
I do that as often as I can.
So that was for like bringing somebody down if they're like really hyped up or excited. Now somebody's dealing with stress over job-related stuff. Maybe they're being cut back their hours, or so they're looking at a financial strain and they're stressed out over that. Is there a different type of oil that you would recommend for that type of stress, or would it pretty much be the same?
Well, stress is kind of stress. I mean, different things bring it on, but you basically want something that you smell that is going to relax you immediately, like lavender, because it will stimulate the pituitary gland, and that will release the chemical messages to relax.
That was what I wanted to ask you. I was curious as to how, when you are breathing in these smells and all the different ones affect you in different ways, why are they affecting you like that?
How does it
work?
Yeah. Well, that's basically how it works, is when you inhale the oil, the chemical molecules go directly to your part of the brain, specifically the pituitary gland, and the pituitary releases the chemical messages to your body when whatever chemicals are in the oil, like say lavender, is going to tell the brain to release the appropriate messages to relax.
So this is where mind over matter really does matter.
Mind over matter.
So it's not like the placebo effect, where it's physically telling, your brain is physically telling your body to do something.
Yes.
That's really cool.
Yeah, the brain is releasing chemicals. That's why it's an immediate effect. When you smell an oil, you get an immediate reaction, immediate feeling. It's emotional, it's mental.
And with the topical ones where you're rubbing it into the skin and they're being absorbed into the muscles, and that has a different effect. That is a different physical effect, but it's still physically into...
Right, that it's actually affecting the tissues. They're anti-inflammatory. They're bringing down the inflammation in your tissues. They're relieving pain. They're helping heal on a physical level through when you're putting it on your skin.
When you first got started in doing all of this? I know you said you really enjoyed the classes and you were like hooked right away, but was it because you found benefits for yourself, or I mean, what?
That was a big part of it. That's because immediately.
I mean, were you going through something physically or emotionally, or was it just a general, oh, this feels good?
I think it was a little bit of both, because I kind of was searching for something that I enjoy, that I want to do in life, like a purpose or something I enjoy. I just don't want to go work in an office all day just for a paycheck, It's kind of that time in my life. And the oils kind of gave me a meaning, like there's more to life. There's a lot more out there. Mm-hmm. There's kind of a opening, I guess, to like natural ways, alternative ways. There's a lot of natural alternative things. Aromatherapy is just one thing, but it can fit. The thing I like about it too is it fits in with
a lot of other modalities.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you do massage too, right?
I do massage.
Now, did you do massage before you got involved with this, or did the massage come after you got involved with?
That actually came after I got involved in this. After I was certified, I started making the blends, and right away I was able to have an outlet to sell them, because where I was working at a store, I could actually sell them at the time. But I wanted more. I wanted to make this a business, but I wanted to add something to it. And massage therapy just kind of came very complimentary.
So do you have certain oils that you like to use during a massage? I mean, are there your favorites to use?
Yeah, probably I do
just
use...
for general purpose.
Yeah, I use the 6 oils, the common ones. I use them a lot for different things. But in massage, I use probably lavender, rosemary, the pain relief oil blend, orange, eucalyptus. There's like for different issues, and not even just for the same person. Like one time a person would benefit from one oil,
and then the next time they came in, they might have something different.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have certain areas on the body where certain oils work better? Like if you were using, say, lavender,
mm-hmm.
is there a certain place on the body where you would use the lavender, or do you use it all over?
Well, what I like to do most of the time, I think, is I like to have it where on their headrest, the client's headrest, I put a little bit there.
So they're smelling it while
mm-hmm.
they're... Okay.
So I do that, but I also like to put it on the spine, or sometimes the whole back if it's like muscle aches and pains. But a good way to put oils is along the spine also, because the spine...
does it like feed it out, or...
Yeah, the oils will absorb into the spine, and the nerves are... you can affect, that has a calming effect there and healing. Mm-hmm. And then I like to put warm towels over the back usually, because that helps the oils penetrate even deeper.
I bet that feels so good.
Yeah, very
and
relaxing.
Smells good too.
And on the feet is a great way to put the oils during a massage.
But if you were, like you said, eucalyptus was another one that you used during them. Now, where would you use that? The same way, or?
Well, that's really good for like congestion in the muscles as well as in your breathing, sinuses. So that can be used in a massage oil or in a pain relief oil. And that is one that I can use directly on the feet. Most people, the feet aren't as sensitive area as other skin on the body. So I usually don't even blend. I don't even dilute the oils when I'm putting them on the feet.
Just use them straight. And then that will go through the whole body for where... Does it automatically go where it needs to go on its own, or when you're doing it on the feet, or how does that...
Yeah, it will circulate. You know how you've heard of putting garlic on your feet and you can taste it in your mouth?
No. Now I gotta try it. I gotta try that now. You put garlic on your feet and you can
Taste it in your mouth.
I mean, I don't know that I want my feet to smell like garlic. I do like the taste of garlic, but it's that curiosity thing. Now I've got to try it. And I'll let you know at the next, if I can get a hold of some garlic, I'm going to try that, and I'll let you know next show how that went. Have you ever heard of that? I wonder if it works. If I rub chocolate on my feet, will I taste chocolate?
Let's try it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go dip my feet in chocolate and see if I can taste it. Now, that's a waste because I really want to taste it. If I'm going to eat chocolate, I'm going to eat chocolate.
Full effect.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's interesting about the garlic, just curiosity. I mean, I know, like with reflexology, you can get to the different parts of the body through the different areas of the feet, but never really thought about the different oils and stuff being absorbed so well into.
Yeah, that goes through your blood system that way, circulatory system. And then when you're putting them on your spine, it helps the nervous system.
Oh, that just gave me a really bad thought. I'm bad at walking around barefoot, and if I can put garlic on my feet and taste it, what about all the things that we're walking on when we're walking barefoot? That's kind of, I never really, thanks. Now I got to think of that.
Uh-oh. Well, put oils on your feet first, and then walk around.
I'm going to really, that's going to ruin my barefoot. I'll have to get over it. I'll get over it, because I do enjoy walking barefoot. But that's a whole new thought to it. Never really, I mean, you know, if you're walking outside and stuff, your feet are going to get dirty and you wash them, but you don't really think about absorbing it up through your feet. I mean,
it's supposed to be healing to walk in nature and step on the bees.
I'm going to look at it. Yeah, I'm going to look at it that way. I'm absorbing the good stuff. Yes, I'm absorbing Mother Nature's nutrients, and so
gets your feet into the soil and the earth.
So never mind, scratch that. I'm not going to worry about walking barefoot. But I definitely am going to try that garlic thing, because that's got my curiosity piqued. So if you were to give somebody advice, I mean, I know you've got the 6-pack put together there, but somebody who's just starting out and maybe they just want 1 or 2 oils to get started, what would you recommend somebody start with first?
Lavender.
That would,
Yeah, that's the one that's you get the most
do-all and
benefit out of. It's been the one that's been used experimentally, case studies, proven effects the longest. That was like one of the first oils that the alchemist that was experimenting with lavender, he actually discovered that lavender helps burns, because he put his hand, he had I think a chemical burn, he put his hand in the lavender oil and soothed it and started healing it right away.
Wow. So that would be a good one to have, because it's got the calming effect, but then it's also got the physical. So what would be a second one that you would suggest that they have on hand?
Probably tea tree oil.
Because of the antiseptic properties of it. I do like the antiseptic properties, although I got to be honest, I'm not crazy about the smell of tea tree oil. Some people really love it. I can tolerate it. I don't go ew, but I'm not crazy about it.
Yeah.
But I will use it, because I know the stuff is really good, and I've seen it do great stuff. Lavender, I love the smell of lavender, so that one I use a lot myself. And orange is one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's also one that's used for a lot of different things.
I mean, think about how you feel when you're peeling a fresh orange, and that smell that smells so good. It is. It's invigorating and
uplifting.
Yeah.
It's also kind of calming, but uplifting. It's calming in a different way lavender is. Because
lavender is the relaxing calm.
Sleepy calm, yeah.
And the orange is like I said, it's. I know exactly what you mean, but it is hard to explain. It is an invigorating and yet still calming. It's not like an invigorating where you're going to get up and jump and run around the room.
Right.
But it's invigorating.
Yeah.
And then you can just sit there.
So if you want to jump around the room, rosemary and basil are the more stimulating, energizing.
Rosemary and basil. I'll have to
This-
remember that. Instead of, not that I use those, but those little drink shots that you get that can't be that good for you.
No,
I mean, I just can't see them being,
no.
uh,
This
but
energized.
smell some rosemary or what was it?
Rosemary or basil.
Or basil.
Those
So don't just cook with them,
right.
smell them.
Yep. Smell them.
And I can still smell that. That smells so good. Well, I believe that has actually brought us to the end of our show, and I know there was some other things I would have liked to have talked about, but we've about run out of time. We may just have to have another show.
Covered a lot.
Yeah, we did cover a lot, but there's still so much more when it comes to the oils and the different blends. So I'd like to thank you very much for watching, and I hope you got some great information on the oils. If there's anything that you have a question on, you're not sure about, you can either contact me or contact Lisa. You can look on the Facebook page and you should find her information on there, or give me a call and I can give you her information or get the question answered for you. I'd like to invite you to stay tuned in for some of the great shows that are coming up after ours. We have Mystic Talks from 6 to 7, Heaven Talks from 7 to 8:30, and Beyond the Veil from 8:30 to 9:30. And I'm not sure what our topic for next week is yet, but if you check on Facebook again, closer to next week, I should have the topic up, and I hope you join us then. And just like to thank Lisa for coming out and sharing all this information, and wish you guys a wonderful night, and we'll catch you next week. Thank you.